Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing. Big show coming your way tonight, so much to talk about. A lot's been happening in the last week. Tiff and Ads, welcome along.
Yeah, lots been happening. That's just in the studio in the lead up to the show.
It's been a comedy half hour,
awesome.
hasn't it? But anyway, lots of good fun. But lots and lots to talk about. Tiff, one of the things we're going to talk about is the inaugural big yabby race. We won't give the name of the race yet, but you've been doing some filming up at Echuca.
Yes.
Is that where you are?
Moama, actually. So
Moama's on the New South Wales side.
It is on the New South Wales
So
side.
it's a New South Wales race.
Yeah.
So
We'll claim it though.
No, yeah, but there's a difference. So Victoria, they run around the track that way. New South Wales, they run around the track that way. This is a yabby race. That's going to be very interesting to see
exciting.
what they do. So, and it'll either be a 2-minute video of the race or about an hour and 20.
Cut
if
into
you've got
30
some
seconds.
slow ones. Yeah, but anyway, no, that's good. And I tell you what, lots of fisheries news coming up tonight. It's going to be good. We've got, when you talk about fishing and how good it is down here in Victoria, I mean, the tuna run is just phenomenal.
What is it?
I can't say it's good, right? Incredible. You've got to feel, firstly, for the people in northern New South Wales and Queensland because they got flooded, but then Sydney today. I mean, I was born in Manly. There was a river running down the main street of Manly. The Manly Dam is overflowing as we speak. They're in trouble up there.
Yep.
And it's strange. Every time it starts to subside, they get another 100 mil. Like it's not coming in small increments.
They just don't seem to be able to recover.
Yeah.
It's insane.
How's the weather in Moama?
Oh, they say there's more sunny days in the Gold Coast up there, so it's been pretty
Moama?
good. Yeah, Chukamoama.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been pretty good up there.
Fishing good?
Not that well. The river has dropped a lot, so I'm not sure whether that's a massive part of it, but yeah, been a few reports, but it's been definitely a bit quiet.
Start to flow. I saw some stuff today out of Goulburn Murray Water, I think it was, that they're going to do environmental flows starting this Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
Environmental flow.
Yeah, just in time for the long weekend. You know, when everyone's getting down to the Goulburn to have a lovely fish, they're going to send 4 billion litres down the river
Time to
and
perfection.
spoil everyone's fishing.
Yep.
If you're camped close to the riverbank, you'd probably be underwater overnight. Like, how ridiculous these people. I don't know, these people, I tell you. Anyway, we're being told, folks, let's have a look at what's being caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
Let's kick it off with the tuna I was just talking about. Barwon heads, they're everywhere down there. Heath and Jake got into them. Have a look at this.
Good job, boys.
Lovely fish.
Good fish, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Everywhere. I know we talked to Zach Cross on 3MP every Saturday morning and incredible catches.
And it's still building. Like it's.
I know.
It hasn't settled at all.
No,
it's
not.
Everyone's
backing
going
off.
for him. It's great.
Yeah. I meant to ask you, you fished down in the bay the other week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Didn't
Yeah.
even ask you. Let's talk about it later because we'll get told off for running late on this. Have a look at this. Erica and Anthony, they got out on the whiting and the pinkies off Blairgowrie. Lots of pinkies around that sort of 30 centimetre size out off Blairgowrie at the
whiting.
moment. Great feed and good whiting. Thank you very much. All right, I think this photo's fake, the next one. Anyway, that's coming from a person who can't catch a kingfish in the rip. But look at this, Mac Kassem. Now, Mac is
quality.
Is Cara and Dean Cummings Tyler, because they run a home renovation business and home building business. But Mac is their Tyler. Mac, it's a genuine photo. They got some kings in the rip, and I'm very jealous. That must have been for the 3 minutes that they bit this year. But anyway. good friend of the show.
Not small fish either.
What's that?
Not
No, they're not small
No,
fish.
they're great
I know,
fish.
very jealous.
Wonder he
yeah.
got time off
Good
work.
friend and sometimes co-host of Talking Fishing, Nikki Duckstein. Have a look at this, some lovely
Yay,
black
go
brim.
Nikki.
I think Nikki had like a 30-fish day the other day in the
Nice,
Maribyrnong.
look at that nong.
I believe she fishes the Maribyrnong quite a bit as
Yeah,
well.
okay.
So I think her angling club is based around that sort of area.
Yep. Her angling club, Preston and Northcote, I think,
Yep.
turns 100 this year.
Wow.
Solid effort.
100.
Yep.
Solid effort.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think the president's, he's been in for the whole time. Oh, no, he has not, joking. That's sometimes typical of a fishing club. No, he's a lovely man, and I've got to catch up with him. I didn't reply to his email.
And he's
this
not
week.
100?
He's not 100. Don Newman, though,
Donny,
by the
on
way,
the way,
he's been at Western Port Angling Club for 95 years. So, now, this guy wrote to me ads during the week,
Yep.
and he goes, "Oh, Adam's going to love this. I paddled 87 kilometres offshore from Portland in my kayak." Let's have a look. Well done, Marcus. Well done of being out there. Kayak. He got a 9 kilo tuna off Portland.
Yeah, truth be told, he paddled 2 kilometres and was towed 85. But that's a
fair effort.
And
Yeah.
Dave, Marcus and I would like to know why he wasn't number 1 on Catch of the Week this week.
Yeah, I know. I actually meant to print out his email because it was all lovey-dovey towards you, but I didn't bring it in, so sorry about
family, kayak.
that. Yeah, I know. Anyways, a wharf leader, Ruth Beebe, a lovely brim out of Lake Tyers.
Beautiful fish.
Lake Tyers.
Just on.
I got a video sent, and I was just showing you both before we went to air that the prawns in Lake Tyers are out of control. But I'd say that probably the best year for brim in many, many years up there. And normally people associate brim with winter.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
getting up there and vibing for them and stuff like that.
Yep.
They're on fire now.
Yep, prawns, that's why.
Oh, really?
Prawns do insane things to especially that Lake Tyers system, because remember the last time, years and years ago, when we had this prawn, the fishing was incredible for the flatties at the time.
Yep.
They're all down looking for prawns.
Yeah.
So it's good. Fish the front end of the system where all the prawns are. And the video we saw before, you can practically walk on them.
I know.
Just wrong.
One scoop per 2 kilos.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all right, talking about flathead, have a look at this. Matt Chatterton, a lovely 78 centimetre dusky out of Lake Tyers. Good looking fish, aren't they?
Fish.
Good size. I don't think I've ever actually caught one that big.
Neither have I. As.
Got lucky once.
It's a bit like my king fishing. Just all depressed. Anyway, further along the coast, Nick McGrath, a lovely 74 centimetre dusky out of Malakuta.
Oh, Cuda. Cuda's back.
Cuda is
It
back.
was
Fishing
until
really
now it's
well.
going to get flooded.
I don't know if you've ever fished this river down in Gippsland, but if you never have, you should go and do it. It flows all the way down from Mount Bauble into Blue Rock. I think.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
It's the Tangel River, Hunter Broadway, a lovely 37 centimetre brown trout in the Tangel River.
Great looking fish.
How good is
Yeah.
that?
He would have been stoked to catch that.
Yeah.
It's not a tiny little stream trout either, is it? That's real good.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one of them in the Rubicon this
And the
week.
ruby, yep.
Didn't put that up, but anyway, that was a good fish. All right, let's keep moving along. A lovely Murray cod out of Lake Nagambie was caught by Dennis Mifsud. Have a look at this one.
Yeah. Nice.
Now, I think that's Dennis's first cod ever. Who
Nice.
I can't remember who sent that in. Someone that we know sent that in, but can't remember. Anyway, it's been a long day. And lucky last on the cod. Great to see the ladies getting into the cod, I tell you.
Yeah.
And Caitlin Sylvia, have a look at this. A lovely 60 centimetre caught at night. Well done, Caitlin. That's
Do we know
a
whether she-
cracking
Great
cod.
fish.
Did you get that on bait or?
I think it was on a Barty Grub, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all her and her husband fish with.
Yeah.
Barties.
I don't even know if they know how to use lures.
One specific log I heard.
It's like, honey, they don't know how to fish the log as well. If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pics to info@ifish.com.au. Fish on!
I wanna go fishing.
And coming up next, Fisheries News. We take a look at the preview of the Echuca Moama International Maiden Stakes Yabby Race. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsling's Tackle World Cranbourne.
Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start.
I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat.
Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
And welcome back to Talking Fishing. Fisheries news, lots to get through, so let's get into it. The first heading is, or the first heading, free Hooked on Lakes entrance event is back. Hooked on Lakes entrance is back, providing Victorians the chance to indulge in fresh local seafood while supporting regional communities this March long weekend, that is this weekend. Discover the wonders of East Gippsland and head to the free Hooked on Lakes entrance event Sunday 13th of March to try delicious seafood, learn more about where your fresh fish comes from, or cast a line with experts and increase the odds at hooking your next meal. Lakes entrance is a fishing mecca and home to one of Australia's largest commercial fishing fleets, making it the perfect destination to sample fresh seafood. It gets no better than that. This year's event on the Lakes Entrance Foreshore Reserve will run from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. this Sunday and boast new activities to get everyone excited about fishing and tourism in the region. Here's the list of activities there on your screen. Seafood cooking and filleting demonstrations by Mark Briggs from Sardine Eatery and Sam Marlook from Soda Fish Seafood Restaurant. Fish Care will be there. Maritime Safety Victoria have got their Float Safe clinic on. Fresh seafood sales, pop-up bar, well that'd be good. Kids amusements and family-friendly events to enjoy the waterfront views. More information, the website is down the bottom there. Have a look at it. And great event that.
Oh, yeah, good to see it back.
Yep.
Yeah. Lakes entrance will be packed
Oh,
this
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Tourism's booming in
It
Victoria.
is.
So that's good. All right, from this one here, from the 1st of March, which is just over, about a week ago, it is now mandatory to wear life jackets when rock fishing at 10 special locations, and there's the list of those locations on your screen now. Just be aware of that if you're getting away for the long weekend and you are going to fish at places like Sereno Back Beach Rocks, the Rye Back Beach number 16, Bushrangers Bay, Pyramid Rocks, Punch Bowl, all those places on your screen. You must now wear a life jacket. Just be aware of that one. All right, this one makes me angry. Can I start? We should have a new segment called "What is this crap?" No, rather than fisheries, because some things fall into the category of "What is this crap?" Right? This is the headline. People probably won't be able to see it, but we'll show it. Actually, I think we've got a slide.
There it is.
This is in the local paper down on the Mornington Peninsula this week, and the headline is "Artificial Reef Stirs Environmental Anger." Now listen to this for crap. Environmentalists have reacted angrily to the news that an artificial reef will this month be submerged at the southern end of Port Phillip Bay near Point Nepean. I'm not going to name names. Port Phillip Conservation Council, blah, 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 wants installation of the reef delayed so that scientific studies and other rationale can be made publicly available. How dare you ask for that and stop a major project? She said the reef was planned to be placed near the sanctuary for the bay's estimated 100 Burinan dolphins and a marine national park. So we've had the dolphin sanctuary on before. Mm-hmm. The dolphin sanctuary is a series of 4 buoys that are chained to the seabed and absolutely have no other purpose than to be just floating around the sea. I fished near there a lot, and the dolphins didn't get the memo. There's no dolphins in the dolphin sanctuary, but according to this environmental group, it's dangerous to put a artificial reef near the dolphin sanctuary. Understandably, concerned citizens must be assured that these charismatic creatures will not be adversely affected by this poorly justified reef project. That's in a letter that's gone to Lily D'Ambrosio and the Minister for Fishing, Melissa Horne. The first the environmental groups had heard about this was in a news article a week ago. Well, this hit the local papers in 2019. I think their head was in the sand around that time. Can I just read a bit more of this? Another environmentalist from the Mornington Peninsula said she could not find evidence of studies into what, if any, impact the reefs may have on wave seabed dynamics and in turn the nearby bay beaches. It is a very volatile part of the bay. Well, you know why you can't read anything? Because there's going to be no effect. These are tiny little things going into a big, deep sea. Can I keep going?
Keep going.
Oh, I'm going to run out of time.
This is entertaining. Yeah.
I haven't even wound up the I just got. What I won't read it all. Why does this is what it's saying? Why does the Future Fish Foundation have the Premier's ear when the rest of us are lucky to get a response to a query from a bureaucrat in under 3 months? Well, I'll tell you why. Can I look at this camera? I'll tell you why. Because Future Fish Foundation is a registered environmental organisation. Rex Hunt started it in 1999. It's never, ever, ever done a project that has harmed the environment. It's made Victoria a better place, and it's going to continue to make Victoria a better place. And don't give me this crap about we've got the ear, because we actually get on and do stuff at Future Fish. Anyway, that's enough of that one. Sorry. We'll go back to the normal segment of fisheries news. Now, this was interesting. This popped up on 9 News. And it's just a reminder to people, don't anchor in the shipping channels. Let's have a look at this.
Water Police and Lifesaving Victoria have formed a new strike team targeting fishermen illegally anchored in shipping channels. It follows a spate of rescues involving smaller boats swamped by large waves. Neri Tai has this exclusive report.
10 kilometres off Sandringham Beach and a boat is quickly sinking. 2 people clinging on as police move in to rescue the couple.
If he had to let go of her hand, he was worried that she would have gone under.
The tiny vessel was near a shipping channel when it was knocked over by large swells.
Both suffered hypothermia and in hospital for a couple of days.
It's the latest in a number of incidents, which has prompted a warning from authorities.
These ships, they're big. You don't realise until they're on top of you.
A new strike team is keeping watch. A Victoria Police spotter inside the Westpac chopper, guiding patrolling officers on the bay.
Just checking activity in the shipping lanes.
A busy thoroughfare for large ships that's also become a popular area for fishermen.
It just attracts good fish, the right tides and the right weather. It does hold good fish and it's deeper water.
But while it can be a good catch, some don't quite understand the risks.
I think it's probably lack of awareness that a shipping channel can be a dangerous place to anchor.
9 News was invited along to Operation Clear.
You would have seen us going up and down the channel, and it's just making sure that people aren't anchored anywhere near it.
Spotted from the air, these 2 women were already fined in the morning for fishing in the channel off Geelong. By midday, they were slowly drifting back in.
If you don't mind just moving a little bit further away, but just please be mindful if you are going into the closer to Point Henry. If a ship does come, really dangerous being in the shallow water.
The waterways are patrolled by police 24/7 and sometimes crew members are in unmarked vessels. Anyone caught anchored in a channel could face a fine of $262.
It'd be the equivalent of parking a car in the middle of the Monash Freeway. You just wouldn't do it. Don't expect a ship that's like over 10, 20 times the size of it to be able to stop either.
Neri Tai, 9 News.
I see it firsthand. Fishing for, so I don't go fishing for kings. I just go boating for kings, searching for kings in the rip. And so many times people don't get out of the way of the big ships. It is a serious thing.
We saw the capsized boat at the start of the segment there.
Yep. All right, a couple of quick ones. I didn't have time to get the graphics up on this, but there is a, what was I going to talk about first? The Float Safe, which is a inflatable life jacket clinic run by Marine Safety Victoria. It's on at Lakes Entrance this Sunday, Geelong on Saturday 19th of March, Patterson River Sunday 20th of March. We'll have all the details on that next week. And there's also a program called Flare Safe, which is around expired flare collection points, so you can take your old flares down. I think they do some demos and that. Ocean Grove, Sunday 19th of March, Clifton Springs. This is all... Oh, hang on. We'll do this properly next week because one of them's on the Sunday the 19th of March and the next one's on Saturday the 19th of March. So we'll get that right. We'll have all those details next week. All right, now, there is an important event happening this weekend.
There definitely is.
Let's have a look at this.
So you're probably wondering why we've got some yabbies today. So next weekend, being the long weekend in March, we're having a special event for our kids and families at our Discovery Parks up in Echuca, Moama. We are having the Echuca Moama Yabby Race. So the kids will have to catch these little critters, and we've been secretly stocking our dam up here ready for them to catch them, and then they're going to proceed to a race. So you've heard of the Melbourne Cup, you've heard of the Grand Prix, you've heard of the toad races up in Cairns. Now you're going to see the Echuca Moama Yabby Race. Stay tuned, we'll show you all about it next week.
Now you're the chief steward for this race day. Tell us about it, Tim.
Well, it pretty much came over, a meal at the pub, really. Yeah. So I guess with Discovery Parks, we put on a lot of activities and that for the kids for long weekends, Easter and that. And then we've seen heaps of kids catching yabbies and fishing within the park. So then it was decided that a yabby race was going to happen, and then it just snowballed from there.
Tell us about Gary.
So I had, my lovely partner Matt had been catching a few yabbies and we'd been stocking the dams, and there was one really feisty one which I actually brought into the office, and we wanted to just test out to see what marker colours would work. Anyways, this one I called Gary, and he sat in the office for a little while during the day. So
he's a test marker, and you're throwing him back in?
Yeah, so if the kids actually find Gary and catch him, there might be a secret prize for him.
Are you going to name the yabbies?
I think we should.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we should.
Like,
get the kids naming their yabbies.
Like, what could you...
Oh, well, Pinchy. You got to have Pinchy. Sure.
Pinchy.
The paddle steamer.
Yeah. What about, like, some of the... I'm just trying to think of some funny one. I can't think of any. But anyway, the yabby names. Get on our social media. Give us some ideas about some of the yabby names. What you would call a yabby race, like Hypernoclaw and...
Hypernoclaw?
You know, well, it's way before your time. Way before your time. I guess I'm showing my age. Anyway, what's that one that won all the... Black Caviar, you know. Let's find some... Hyperno.
Give us some names.
Horse race. Bone Crusher. Don't know who Bone Crusher is? Bow Rogue. So young.
Is this before our time?
So young. Probably wouldn't have been born then. Australia Cup winners. They were great days. All right, coming up next, product of the week, and we head into the kitchen with Cara cooking Adam's favourite fish. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Product of the week this week is something very exciting because it is the future of lures. So generally, as we progress with lures, things get easier. Now you have to build your own, and it's actually pretty cool. This right here, under the Bantam lure range, this is a BT bait. It is a tiny little swim bait. Well, tiny, it's 99mm long. Perfect for yellow belly, bass, brim, even small flatties. The unique thing is the tail is plastic. So it's a hard body 3-piece swim bait.
What's the rest of the lure made out of?
Plastic.
I was just checking.
Anyway, that's a BT bait with a replaceable tail. But we're going to focus on this one because it's easier to see. Dave, this one's also made of plastic.
Is the tail plastic?
No, it's rubber. Or soft plastic. Oh, I see what's going on here. This is a BT Sraptor. This is a glide bait, so a 2-piece plastic lure, Dave.
Yep.
Soft plastic tail. But what's unique is, now in the packet, it was hard to show, it comes without the tail on it.
Oh.
So 2 tails in the packet.
Is there any difference between the tails?
No.
No fast action,
No,
slow action?
but as you accumulate these lures, because we all know when you buy a lure, you can't just buy one.
Yeah.
You can mix and match the colours and do all sorts of crazy things with them. So you can create a unique lure specific to a unique fishery.
Yep.
These BT Sraptors, I think, are going to be huge on big flathead in the years to come.
Big flathead?
Big flathead.
I was thinking cod.
Right, yeah, I was thinking cod.
Yeah, see, for summer cod,
Yep.
even river cod,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful mid-sized glide bait, not a swim bait.
But can I just ask you, are these floating, suspending, or sinking?
They're sinking.
Oh.
And this has a really unique feature. So in the swim bait and glide bait world, a lot of fishermen, especially at places like Lake Eildon, it's so deep, hang chin weights off them. The BT Sraptor comes with a little lead weight in the packet ready to go, and it's going to be really hard to see, but underneath, in the belly of the lure you can see a little red piece right there.
Yep.
It has a little insert in it where you can put this little lead, it's almost like a screw.
What? And you insert that into the belly of the fish?
You push it into that. So
and what does that do?
It's a moulded bit of plastic which adds belly weight to get a faster sink rate for deeper situations.
Interesting.
It is really quite innovative. That is all TPE plastic, so you can't break it.
Yep.
But you do get a spare tail in the packet as well, just in case. I mean, over time, it's going to get caught up on things and rip in bits and pieces. But that's the BT Sraptor. I think that's going to be a really cool lure for multiple species. You watch that lure as well take off up north for Barra.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be big time. But this is a really cool little bait for, bass and bream and yellow belly up on the rock walls. And they also come with 3 tails in the packet. And again, you can mix and match colours as you accumulate lures over time. But they are bantam baits, and I think these are the future of hard bodies. They're very customisable, and you can basically make them to suit your fishery. And the trebles are sharp because I nearly just stuck one into my face.
Yeah, I'm scared of trebles.
Would you still call it a hard body, or would you call it almost a hybrid?
It's definitely a hybrid.
With a mixture
definitely.
of... Yeah.
And I mean, have a look at, that's...
Oh, wow.
It's going to be pretty hard to bust that.
Yeah.
But you've still got a couple of spare ones in there, just in case it falls out, because I didn't put it in properly.
There you go. All right, let's head into the kitchen now with Cara, because Cara's about to cook your favourite fish.
Let's watch closely here.
Yeah, let's have a look at this.
This week I am ticking off one of the species that the boys have on my list of fish to cook. We've got this beautiful bream today, and this recipe is one that even you, Adam, would be able to pull off. Now, given bream is a really delicate fish, we don't want to overpower it with the flavours that we're using. So keeping our ingredients quite simple, and we're going to effectively steam it using some baking paper in the oven. The ingredients that we're using to accompany our bream today, I've got potato. Now I've par-boiled these for about 8 to 10 minutes, let them cool, and I have sliced them. I'm going to use some fresh thyme. You can substitute any herb that you wish. Lemon, butter, asparagus, some spring onion, and of course our fish. To put our parcels together, I'm using approximately a 50 centimetre sheet of baking paper here. To this, we're going to lay out our potato, slightly overlap that a little bit. Now it's important to centre this because we need enough room either side so that when we fold it over, we're going to keep all the juices inside. And we will season with a little salt. Okay, I'm going to place the fish directly on top of the potato and a layer of the lemon. And then we can just sprinkle in the rest of our ingredients. So as little or few herbs as you like. Roughly sort of tear some butter on there. This will add for a lovely sauce at the end. A couple of sprigs of the spring onion, which I've just sliced. A couple of pieces of asparagus, and then we can wrap this together. So to seal up our little parcels here, we want to be mindful not to let too much air get in. So we want to close it up as best we can. So I'm going to bring both the long sides together and we'll do a couple of little turns so it's nice and tight over the top. Press out the sides. Now we're going to do like a little concertina fold. So we'll put forward twice. Make sure that's sealed, and we're going to tuck it back underneath, and that's going to stop it popping open when it's cooking. And we'll just repeat the same with this side. This little parcel we can now pop into the oven. Well, I've got both our parcels ready to go, so I'm going to place this into a preheated oven at 200 degrees and cook for 15 to 20 minutes. Now that our parcels are cooked, we can plate them up, or you can eat them directly from the wrapper. Now, Kramer and Tiff, I reckon we give Adam maybe a week to replicate this dish, and you can easily substitute this fish. It would work really well with like pinkies or trout even. Oh wow, this smells amazing. And here we have our delicious steam-baked bream with a beautiful lemon buttery sauce.
Pretty sure Cara just challenged all three of us then
It's
to
a
get our
cook-off.
bums into the kitchen.
Yep.
Do you know what really impressed me with that?
The origami?
Yeah, how she folded the paper.
Mine definitely would not look that neat.
I'd probably use sticky tape and then that'd, of course, catch
Are we
on
allowed
fire.
to use cable ties?
You use rubber bands or something. But how good was that? Would you eat bream?
Yep. That actually looked good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Okay, well, let's give that a go. Cara's challenges. Well, let's bring our own home videos in. No, maybe next week. Let's see
Game
what we do. All right, coming up next, Kramer's Mailbag. Plenty more to talk about next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsland's Tackle World Cranbourne.
Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start.
I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat.
Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Welcome back to Talking Fishing. Bit of mailbag this week. Let's have a listen to some of these ones. Ads, you might have to help me out with an answer here too. First one, this is from Warren. He says, love the show and your session tonight on boat ramps was timely. So that was from last week. Don't own a boat, a diver since 1980, fish casually, overlook Point Richards Road to Port Arlington boat ramp. Well, he lives in a beautiful part of the world. The amount of heavy vehicles, traffic and earth movers on the road and the occasional visit, I'm impressed by the commitment of this state government getting on with building boat ramps. From Warren, there you go. Thanks, Warren.
Thanks, Waz.
Yeah. That's good. They are. They're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Catherine is doing an amazing job running Better Boating Victoria. Sharon writes, would it be possible to have land-based hotspots on the show, the Bay Area, etc., because you guys and girls have it easy. Real fishing is land-based. Yep, I think we've actually got a couple tonight that are land-based. So, and many of the spots, well, some of the spots anyway. But you could do it land-based. But anyway, timely reminder, Sharon, because often we do put a lot of boat stuff up. Oh, you want to read that one out?
Yep. This one's from a technical question from Shazza.
Yep.
It says Shazza. I didn't make it up. Hi, just wondering, when the spool is being done at the shop, the line is dry, so we spool the
on a machine.
Line. Yep. Mm-hmm. But when you're fishing, it's got salt or fresh water on it, causing a lubricant, and tightens on the spool, leaving a fair bit of gap on top after use. So just wondering, should lines be lubricated during initial spooling? It's a great question.
Should have been.
When spooling some of the bigger game reels, in particular with braid when line capacity is a huge issue, yes, we do spool them on wet. But for general day-to-day stuff, you don't need to, because especially with braid, wind knots can be caused by the spool being overspooled.
Yep.
So that line dropping back over
too
time.
Loose?
No, by putting too much braid on.
Okay.
So with mono, it'll twist or just fall off the front of the spool, whereas with braid, you'll go to cast and it's just a mess.
Yep.
So that actual tightening over time is a good thing. You'll find a sweet spot. Every reel's different. Every spool design's different. So you'll find a sweet spot where basically you don't have to worry about wind knots and overruns and things like that all the time. So it's actually not a bad thing that does tighten down. 100% supposed to do that. But if you are looking for maximum capacity, spooling it on wet is a good idea. But if you want to do that, take it to a tackle shop, to someone with a machine, because we can control the tension that it goes onto the spool with.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Shaz.
Well done. On your shows. This one's from Peter. Is there any truth that the Port Phillip Bay commercial fishers will have no limits after the 1st of April 2022? Well, I don't believe that is true, Peter. We covered it a little bit last week, but no absolute official line has been put out yet, so hopefully that comes soon. But I think there'll be some limits on the bycatch by the long lines. And it's only 1st of April, so under a month, no nets in Port Phillip Bay ever again. There you go. And the last one, Russell. I live in Frankston and our boat ramps are very ordinary. You can't launch a large boat in Frankston. Will Better Boat in Victoria ever put a marina at Frankston or a breakwall and bigger boat ramp? I would like to say, I'd hope so. But I saw an article in the local paper that says the local people and the local MP don't want the marina at Frankston. So it's been spoken about for 40 years.
What are their reasons for it?
I don't know, spoil the views, spoil the beach, I don't know.
Yep. It's such a busy area as well.
It is, and Frankston should be a boating mecca.
Mornington's, you're never going to get expansion at Mornington. It's terrible. The boat ramp there, what do you get, 10 cars, 15 cars, whatever. Patterson Lakes on a busy day is mayhem. It provide relief for Mornington people that don't want to go to Patterson Lakes. So anyway, that's my thoughts, but anyway, the decision makers are saying no, so... there you go. If you'd like to write into Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
All right, now I've got something very, very serious to talk about.
Dolphin sanctuaries.
No. What's
Yabby races.
No, what's the date today?
Today's the
8th of March.
8th of March.
What does that mean, Ads?
It's International Women's Day.
Woo!
That is right, but it is also, let's get the crew in here, come on.
This is embarrassing.
Have a look at this. It is Adam's birthday. Are you going to lift that out, Heidi?
That's a little bit embarrassing.
Are you going to get this out? I'm not going to take it out, I'll spill it. Here we go. Got the crew in here. Well, half the crew anyway.
Did Cara make that?
No.
No.
Tiff baked that. Thank
was
you very much.
No way.
This was about a
Tiff made
7 o'clock PM job last night.
And that actually looks like you, Ed.
That's unreal.
So,
So
anyway,
we've got the Rapala.
so we've got the whole crew here. Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adam. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip.
Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! There you go.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, mate. One of you guys better take the cake out because it'll drop and then we'll be in all sorts of trouble.
How good is that? Did you make
Yeah,
that?
I made that.
That resembles you too.
Yeah.
I don't like my chances in the cooking competition. Thanks, Tiff.
I must say, I did train for 2 years as a pastry chef, so...
Oh, thank you.
I would have bought one.
Yeah, there's Woolies mud cakes.
Yeah. Anyway, a great effort, Ads, to come into the shop, into the show on your birthday. And anyway, now you know why we didn't wish you happy birthday when we saw you for the first time today.
No, I
probably thought we didn't know and didn't care.
No, I wasn't worried about that.
Anyway, there you go. All right, coming up, the all-important hotspots. They're next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron is a trailer boat and social club on Port Phillip Bay. The club has a great range of facilities, including multiple boat ramps, ample car and trailer parking, boat wash and fish cleaning, fishing competitions and boat safety lectures, boating activities and club events, a restaurant and 2 bars. Easy launch and retrieval makes for a relaxing time on the water for you, your family and friends to enjoy. And boating memberships are now available. The Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, the best trailer boat experience on the bay.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for, Fishing Hotspots, brought to you by the Beaumaris Motor Yacht Squadron, Melbourne's premier trailer boat club.
And welcome back to Talking Fishing, the all-important hotspots. And I tell you what, have we got cracking weather for the long weekend coming up?
Yeah. Yep.
Again, as I mentioned at the start of the show, I mean, the poor old people, northern New South Wales, Queensland, have all been flooded, and then of course Sydney today, and some of those estuaries. I mean, I don't even know if you're going to Burmy or Narooma. I know Harley works. Yeah. The amount of water,
dirty water
flowing out of those estuaries and into the ocean is just remarkable. And
even those like in Queensland and even I guess North New South Wales, those barrier impoundments.
Yeah.
Remember they went through this a little while ago.
All the fish went over the walls.
That's right, and it was only just starting to get back to prime.
Yeah.
You know, prime conditions in the impoundments.
Yeah.
Who knows what that's going to look like now?
Yeah.
Scary.
Anyway, we've got good weather for the long weekend. All right, now who was it that wrote to us? Sharon, I think it was. Land-based areas. I tell you what, here's one for you. Sorrento. The garfish are going nuts off the pier.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
and if you're in a boat, you can go in amongst the moorings, but off the pier, garfish everywhere, as well as Portsea.
Yep.
If they're at Portsea and Sorrento, they'd have to be at basically every pier between Portsea and Frankston.
Probably.
Even Mordialloc, that's definitely that is a busy spot for garfish off the pier there.
Well, let's just hope, because was it 2 years ago we had a really, really big garfish season.
Yep.
Everyone went nuts. That was when fishing was banned, and then it came back, and there was garfish everywhere, and it was like I'd never seen a garfish season like it.
Yeah, and a great species for the kids to get stuck into over the long weekend.
So there you go. Get down to Sorrento if you can on the garfish. Further up towards town, Sandringham is fishing very, very well for King George whiting.
Have we ever had Sandringham?
I don't think we've ever had Sandringham, but there's some good reports from down there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whiting are just the best fish ever.
Our mate Gaz, right? We've got a mate Gaz, Tiff. He moved to St Kilda.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a Cranbourne boy, I think, for quite some time. But Gaz gets out on his kayak off St Kilda, and he goes, you know what? Like, he catches snapper and salmon and snook and stuff like that. Sends us all the photos all the time. And he goes, there's weed beds and there's like nice sand holes and that. He said, I'm going to go out with some pippies and see if there's whiting there. First time out in the kayak, to ground that he's never fished, bang, whiting after whiting.
Wow, there you go.
St Kilda Beach. Yeah. So you're right, but all the way along there, and certainly Sandringham is a great spot. Over in Western Port, the Quail Bank is fishing very, very well for King George whiting.
Yeah, it's Quail Bank we haven't spoken enough about because we probably see it more as like a calamari type thing, but definitely. Quality King George whiting.
Always a place to hide out of the wind up there too, especially I think it's going to be quite warm on the weekend, like 27s and so forth, so there might be a little bit of north and you can always hide there. If you're heading to Phillip Island, I've got a feeling from last week, Catherine Grech, is the real boat ramp open or closed?
I feel like that's one of the ones
I think
that
they've
we're
already
doing.
started.
Yeah.
Anyway, check that. But you can if you're staying at Phillip Island, you'll find another boat ramp. But the real channel is fishing very, very well for King George whiting at the moment. So there's another hot spot. If you're heading to this lovely spot for the long weekend, as I reckon 1 million people will be, Lorne. And there's
these
two
species that you could have in the same breath. There's not too many places you can do.
I want you to tell us about this. Trevally and trout. There is a great lot of trevally off the pier.
That's right. And you can move. Basically, there is an enormous system that runs basically on the back of all the caravan parks there with some of the best trout fishing.
What river's that?
The Cumberland.
The Cumberland River?
Yep.
It's full of trout.
It is unreal.
You went up there
I
not
did.
so long ago.
It is unreal.
So tell us about that.
It's quite unique because you basically have a walking track that takes you from the caravan park all the way up to basically a waterfall. So you can just walk the track, and that's probably what most people do. Definitely take a set of waders because you'll have to cross the river multiple times and walk in the river itself and fish every run and every pool.
Right.
I couldn't believe it because at the start of the caravan park, it's salt water.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
So you can catch flathead, salmon,
Yeah.
trevally, but as you move in, and it's not even that far. Like we caught trout directly outside where we were camping.
Really? Wow. There you go.
Great place.
And if you are going to Lorne and you do catch a trevally, I only did this for the first time last week. Not last week, the weekend before. Sashimi trevally.
Right.
Stunning.
There we go.
Yeah, got one trevally, but it was good. And of course, this place we mention it probably way too often, but it's so good. Lake Tyers is the lucky last hotspot. Absolutely on fire for bream and duskies, but also prawns.
Yeah, take a prawn net and a prawn light because they will be the best bait you'll ever use for the bream and the duskies.
Absolutely amazing. There you go. So, and if anyone is heading away, be safe on the water and safe on the roads too, because there's going to be a lot of people heading away this weekend with the good weather.
Yep.
We wanted to chat. We were talking about it earlier on. Superstitions in fishing.
Do you buy into the banana thing?
I've definitely taken bananas on the boat. I will admit that.
I wouldn't dare do that. Yeah, I wouldn't dare do that. Where were we when? I reckon it was Trelly.
Sounds like something Trelly.
We were fishing the John Dunphy Memorial Trophy up at AFTA in the waterways of the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And we were. Have I ever fished with you on that?
Yep.
Did you and I fish in the one boat or
No,
something?
because I was with Ross Trelly.
You were with Ross Trelly. I was with old mate. Can't remember. But Trelly went around and put bananas on everybody's boat in the anchor well. Like just to try and put them off. And I don't know. I would if I saw someone bringing bananas onto the boat, I'd say, nah, they're not coming on.
Really? It wouldn't worry me, I don't.
Wouldn't worry you?
No.
I'd just go mentally, I'd go, I'm in for a crap day.
I've heard of stories where people have constantly eaten bananas on the boat or had them on the boat and they've not caught fish.
Yeah.
So I've heard this so many times before.
I've got a weird one. It's, in fact, if Tony's watching, I never told Tony this, right? But when we take the rods down the boat, like I've always got rod wraps around them, which is the Velcro, the old Shimano, Velcro rod wraps. So, 4 squid rods bundled together, 4 whiting rods bundled together, kingfish gear bundled together with rod wraps. When I undo those rod wraps, we've got a little handrail that actually forms a bit of support to the roof on the boat. Those rod wraps must be wound tight around the bar with Shimano written in the right way, not upside down, and always facing the back of the boat.
That's a full-on.
Wow.
It's a bit OCDC or whatever they call it, or ACDC. but well, whatever it is, it's got to be
Need
neat.
an instruction manual for it.
And sometimes Tony, right?
I think this is a phenomenal
When Tony
story.
undoes that rod wrap, sometimes he winds around the bar because he knows that's where they go. But Shimano's upside down. I have to pull it off. I cannot go fishing unless it's reading it's got to be up the right way, and you've got to be able to read it when you're standing at the back of the boat.
I hope you're writing this down, Tony.
No, it's just one of those things.
Yep, but
if that ain't neat, we're not going to catch fish.
That's a crack.
I don't know. It's just one of those things.
That's a crack.
My ACDC coming out.
I've got another one.
Yeah.
I've heard this before, but what do you think of when females are fishing, female pheromones and hormones?
What? No, didn't even know it was a thing.
I've had it mentioned quite a few times.
Hang on, how does that affect your fishing?
Apparently,
Like in a good way or a bad way?
A good way, where women maybe catch more fish.
Well, that's happened before.
It is International Women's Day, so,
That's an interesting one.
So that I'd love to get some info on, because I've heard that quite a few times.
What's pheromones?
Pheromones and hormones.
I don't know what a pheromone is. It's a studio full of women. Obviously, they know. I don't know how it could improve your fishing. Tiff, is it the sort of thing that a male could take in a tablet form or something? well, anything can happen these days.
Well, if you were transitioning in some way, possibly.
Is that what would make you fishing better?
Your choice.
Never know.
I don't know. Ads, you got any superstitions?
Not as good as that.
Kayak fishing? You do anything?
Just don't fall out.
That's it.
I don't really have it.
You don't I always 4 rolls of the sleeve.
Right.
Oh, you're right into this.
When you do, I don't even know my names and my knots because I'm that hopeless, but 7 wraps. Not 6, not 8. 7 is a lucky number, so 7 wraps around the hook before you pull the knot tight.
And it's not even a superstition, I guess, more of a habit. I've always put my left shoe on first. But we've had that on the show. We've said this on the show before. Because Charlie used to hang it on me.
Yeah,
I didn't even take notice
when you
of
put
that.
your socks on in the morning.
Left foot first.
Do you wear socks, Tiff?
Yeah, I've got one today.
Yeah, I haven't. That's another story. But
left foot first.
We said this once before. Always, it's just that you put your left sock on before your right sock.
I reckon that's because you read from left to right. I reckon that's the way you're taught as a child.
Yeah,
Something
can
to
you
do with
report back to us next week if you put your left sock on before your right sock? Okay? Just every day, I just want to go,
and if you
just
don't,
did it.
try it.
Yeah. if you don't, you're weird. Anyway, so there you go. Any others?
No, superstitions and nothing that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I can't go for a day's fishing without spending the night before re-rigging everything from scratch.
Yeah.
I don't leave leaders on. I don't like it. It's not really a superstition. It's just more of a...
It's just habit.
Yeah,
there you go. Hey, just a reminder to everyone too, 3MP's Talking Fishing every Saturday morning. Got a bit of a slide here. Catch Adam and I and lots of special guests, and we get the Charter Boys on every week to talk about it. We get Luca Netta from down at Corner Inlet.
Great segment.
Yeah, great segment. 3MP every Saturday morning, or on the 3MP app. You can listen to it anytime. Hey Tiff, thanks for coming in again. Long trip from Moama. Ads.
Thanks for the cake.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, team.
That's it for Talking Fishing. Hope you enjoyed the show. Looks like some fantastic weather coming our way for the long weekend. And I tell you what, if you get out and catch a fish, send us your pics. We love to see them. Till we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.